The main quest, as I presume it to be, is the one who comes and goes. I was finally able to get a reasonable lead. Pablo mentioned a big guy involved in disappearance of people that he met at Helga's Tavern. The description made me associate him unequivocally with Jorn's kidnapper. Before I talk about this with Will at Burmer's farm, I need to finish the smuggler matter. As a reward, Lorenzo has promised me the help of his hunters. And then I did all that. I gave a report on the smugglers. Lorenzo, as promised, has gathered information on my brother and passed it on to the hunters, but I have no intention of waiting for the results of their work. My only lead is Willem staying at Burmer's farm. Maybe I can get some information out of him about the man who makes people disappear. So here we have Willem. Time to confront him.
Potrzebuję twojej pomocy. Przysyła mnie Pablo.
Nie wiem, co ten chłopak ci naopowiadał, ale jedno jest pewne. Gdzie jest Pablo, tam są kłopoty. Skoro już mowa o kłopotach, to jak tylko dorwę tego drania choda, to dopiero będzie tutaj awantura. Parszywa gnida miała pójść narąbać drewna, ale pewnie sam narąbał się grogiem. Bo co innego może robić stary marynarz puszczony w samopas? Słuchaj, zrobimy tak. Znajdziesz choda, ja będę mógł pójść na przerwę i wtedy spokojnie porozmawiamy o twojej sprawie z Pablo.
So I think I've already found Hod in the woods behind town. But this is going to be, I think, a pick both options situations. Missing replacement, huh? I see that's a common problem for centuries. Yep. That's a little bit of meta irony.
Zaginiony zmiennik, co? Widzę, że to częsty problem wartowników.
A tobie by się chciało stać pół dnia w słońcu czy ulewie? Czasami wartownicy po robocie tracą poczucie czasu i trzeba im przypomnieć o obowiązkach. Sam bym to załatwił, ale Bermar dostałby szału, gdyby zobaczył, że nikt nie dogląda pracowników.
Gdzie szukać tego choda?
Miał pójść do lasu za farmą. Wystarczy, że skierujesz się na zachód i powinieneś na niego trafić. Rozpoznasz go po jasnej brodzie i wąsach. No i oczywiście po zapachu grogu. Tylko uważaj, żeby nie zabłądzić zbytnio na północ. W tamtych lasach czają się straszliwie niebezpieczne bestie.
Yeah, and if you go up a steep path up a cliffside, then you end up in like super dangerous territory where there are cursed wolves that literally just overlook your farm. But I have already found Hod. He's dead. I think he did have grog on him, and I don't remember what else.
Nie będę ci zawracał.
So this is possibly where exploring the world a little bit too much might possibly be a detriment to the main quest or other such things. When you get the quest like this and you are supposed to go do something and you're like, oh, well, I've already done that. It kind of undermines the pacing of the quest as it was originally intended. No, obviously it is kind of fun to be able to say, hey, I've already done this. It does make the world feel a little bit more natural in that way. But at the same time, you know, say that I found Hod 40 hours ago and I forgot all about who he was and what it was, and I'd be a little bit confused and like, huh, what, okay, I guess I've already done this. So I guess there can be trade-offs for doing a lot of exploration before some of these quests.
Przychodzę w sprawie choda. Mam złe wieści.
Niech zgadnę. Schlał się tak bardzo, że nie kontaktuje?
Gorzej. Facet nie żyje.
I say you he
Co
dead.
takiego?
W wąwozie niedaleko leśnej drogi znalazłem jego ciało. Musiało tam trochę leżeć, bo zdążyło zebrać się wokół niego całe stado ścierwojadów.
Cholera. To mnie załatwił. Teraz będę musiał harować za dwóch! Nie sądziłem, że te ptaszyska dadzą mu radę, ale pewnie Grog zrobił swoje.
Rany na jego ciele były bardzo głębokie. Wątpię, żeby za jego śmiercią stały byle ścierwojady.
Coś sugerujesz?
There was an orc in the cave. I mean, there was an orc in the cave, but wasn't that much farther away from Hod's body? What would this dialogue have been if I had not found an orc?
Pewnie mi nie uwierzysz, ale w jaskini niedaleko lasu widziałem orka.
Orka?
Był tak prawdziwy jak ty przede mną.
Hot słynął z gadania bzdur po alkoholu, ale nie sądziłem, że tak szybko znajdzie godnego siebie następcę. A może po prostu liczysz na większą nagrodę? Co?
Nie kłamie, wiem co widziałem.
Wyjaśnijmy sobie jedno, chłopcze. Na tej wyspie nie ma orków. A jeśli jakiegoś widziałeś, to lepiej odstaw gorzałkę, bo skończysz tak jak Hot.
Can I show him the hammer? I have already defeated the orc and I still have its hammer, alright? So what is my quest log here? Willem was furious when he found out that Hod was dead. However, he did not believe that I had met an orc. Although my expedition did not have a happy ending, I did what I was supposed to do. I hope Willem will now answer my questions as agreed. Well, okay. Alright. Can we now talk about the situation with Pablo?
Możemy teraz porozmawiać o tej sprawie z Pablo?
Nie powiem, żeby mi się zbytnio chciało, ale obietnica to obietnica.
Słyszałem historię o osobie zajmującej się znikaniem ludzi. Podobno jakiś czas temu siedzieliście razem w karczmie. Razem z Pablo i Finbarem.
Znikanie ludzi. A jeśli mogę wiedzieć, to czemu o to pytasz?
Możliwe, że przewoził porywacza mojego brata.
Wchodzisz na niebezpieczny grunt, chłopcze. O ile Janik jest w porządku, to ludzie, z którymi pracuję, to w większości straszne szumowiny. Pomogłeś mi, więc i ja pomogę tobie. Facet, którego szukasz, to Janik. Zazwyczaj można go spotkać w ustroniu żeglarza. Najłatwiej tam dotrzeć, kierując się na północ od spalonego młyna. Jeśli potrzebujesz zaszyć się w cieniu lub po prostu ulotnić, to jest idealną osobą. Potrafi dostarczyć ludzi w najmniej uczęszczane zakamarki wyspy, stąd te teksty o znikaniu ludzi.
Wiesz coś o tym wielkim facecie, z którym Janik wyruszył?
Pierwszy raz go na oczy widziałem i jeśli mam być szczery, to mam nadzieję, że ostatni. Wygląda, jakby mógł przeciąć człowieka na pół.
Dzięki za pomoc. Ruszam kontynuować poszukiwania.
Gdy będziesz już rozmawiał z Janikiem, to nie wspominaj mu, że to ja cię przysłałem. Powiedz, żeby zabrał cię tam, gdzie wody płytkie, a ryby grube. To coś w rodzaju hasła, z którego korzystają jego klienci. Niezwykle ceni sobie skrytość i wolałbym, żeby nie wiedział, że to ja ci o tym wszystkim powiedziałem. No i jeszcze jedno. Radzę ci być bardzo ostrożny. Sprawy, w które zaczynasz się mieszać, są naprawdę niebezpieczne.
Is the story finally starting?
Nie będę ci zawracał głowy.
As I was leaving, Willem gave me another password that Yonik's clients use. It was something about fat fish in shallow water. Not quite. Similar. I think it was like plentiful fish.
Czemu dowiaduję się o tym dopiero teraz?
Nie zdziwiłoby mnie to.
I don't know that there's a faster way to get there besides just running. Yeah, I basically just need to run there. And this is where, like, starting to pop those the hasty herrings and the speed potions would start being advantageous, but I only have so many of them, and I don't want to burn through all of them all at once. This one's a relatively short walk, so I'll go ahead and just make the trek. I think it's straight up this way, right? This sign doesn't tell me what this road is. Thought I heard a wolf for a hot second. I don't know if that's ambient noise or not. As I recall, Yannick is the dude with the mohawk. He's got shaved sides on his head, and now we have guards here. I don't think I've seen guards here before. That might be something new. Double check that my microphone is unmuted. Okay, that's good. So we got Randall. Who are you? End. No dialogue with Randall.
Nie potrafię niczego zatrzymać dla siebie.
How you doing?
Co słychać?
Nadal czuję.
Oh, she's the musician,
Tajemnica,
the singer.
której wszyscy wiedzą.
You got any news? Well, Yannick is
Muszę już lecieć.
hanging out right behind the hut here. He's probably hiding from the city guard. I'll ask around.
Mieszka tu ktoś o imieniu Janik?
Owszem, mieszka. Znasz go?
Nie, ale potrzebuję jego pomocy.
W takim razie masz szczęście. Janik to najbardziej pracowity i uczynny rybak, jakiego znam.
Wiesz, gdzie go znajdę?
Kręcił się gdzieś koło mojej chaty. Rozejrzyj się, bo nie mógł odejść daleko.
Any
Co
news?
słychać?
Ostatnio ciągle wieje wiatr ze wschodu, a to
that's
oznacza, że wszystkie
same
ryby
thing, I
dają
think.
chodu na otwarte morze. Chyba czas posyłać chłopców na dłuższe wycieczki.
Yeah.
Muszę już lecieć.
Trzymaj się.
Yeah. Does anybody else have new dialogue? Liam or Lehman? Lehman. Do you know where I can find Yannick?
Wiesz może, gdzie znajdę Janika?
Janik? Pierwsze słyszę.
Doprawdy. Willem przekazał mi, że to tutaj go znajdę.
Mogłeś od razu powiedzieć, że znasz Willema. Janik przebywał gdzieś w pobliżu chaty Zacharego.
Tajemnica, o której wszyscy wiedzą.
Seems like a kind of straightforward line of questioning here, but do you know where I can find Yannick?
Wiesz może, gdzie znajdę Janika?
Nie widziałem go ostatnio, chyba wypłynął w morze.
What if I mention Willem? Alright.
Nikomu tego nie powtarzaj.
Harold? Yeah, I remembered his name. Do you... Oh, there's a lump of ore in the fish? When was this?
W rybie była bryłka rudy?
Mówiłem ci, że zawartość jest cenna? Jeśli chcesz znaleźć ich więcej, to niestety nie jestem w stanie ci pomóc. Od czasu do czasu można takie znaleźć wyrzucone na brzegu. Kto wie, może jacyś przemytnicy tak przewożą rudę.
Okay. Show me your goods. You got quartz, aquamarine, pearl, and black pearl. Do you know where I can
Wiesz
find
może,
Yannick?
gdzie znajdę Janika?
Musi być na połowie, bo od jakiegoś czasu go nie widziałem.
Must be in the middle. What the hell does that mean?
Muszę już iść.
Pomyśl...
That's a weird expression. He must be in the middle, because I haven't seen him in a while.
Mówię ci, podpieprzył komuś łódkę, wziął skrzynię pod pachę i tyle go widzieli. Na szczęście została jeszcze jedna.
To bez znaczenia. Mamy teraz dużo większy problem i to sam wiesz jaki.
Trzeba się ich jakoś pozbyć. Masz jakiś pomysł?
Coś wymyślę. Na razie nie rzucaj się w oczy.
Czekaj, ktoś idzie.
Zajmę się tym.
Roy's our boy.
Co mogę...
Wybierz.
I could buy some of these, but I don't want to. Maybe there would be a magic ore in one of these, but unlikely. Whoops. I wanted to see what his armor was. All worthless. His inferior goods. So, Yannick. Who do you want to get rid of?
Kogo chcecie się pozbyć?
Pozbyć? Skąd ci to przyszło do głowy? Radzę ci dobrze przetkać uszy, bo coś ci się musiało przesłyszeć.
Can I ask him to take me
Zabierz mnie.
to the... No, these are just generic services. I was thinking it would be cool if you could go to his carrier services and say, to a place where the water is shallow and the fish are
W sumie to
obese.
się Słyszałem, że prowadzisz tu pewne interesy. Czy to prawda?
Interesy? Nie prowadzę żadnych interesów, ale zarabiam na życie jak każdy uczciwy obywatel. A jeśli chcesz wiedzieć, co dokładnie robię, to segreguję skrzynie i naprawiam sieci. Czasem też przepłynę się łódką tu i tam.
You go boating?
Pływasz łódką?
Tak jak każdy rybak mam swoją łódź. Nie wiem, co w tym dziwnego.
Chcę, żebyś mnie gdzieś zabrał.
Gdzie niby miałbym cię zabrać?
Take me where the waters are shallow and the fish are thick. Oh no. Thick or big? I think it's thick. Can I get a happy meal with extra happy?
Zabierz mnie tam, gdzie wody płytkie, a ryby grube.
Trzeba było tak od razu. Twój wygląd trochę mnie zmylił. Nie wyglądasz mi na takiego, co by chciał tam płynąć. Zresztą w tym momencie i tak nigdzie nie ruszymy.
Why?
Dlaczego?
Jakby ci to powiedzieć, nie lubię tłoku. Pozbądź się stąd mundurowych, to pogadamy o interesach.
Okay. Hey, Randall, I need you to Auf Wiedersehen.
Co tu robicie?
O to samo mógłbym zapytać najemnika Archolos.
What if I weren't wearing my armor? Would you have known?
Jestem na pewnej tajnej misji.
Wybacz, ale brzmiałeś tak poważnie, że prawie ci uwierzyłem. Możesz tu sobie łazić, ale ostrzegam cię. Nie wtykaj nosa w nie swoje sprawy.
My brother's safety and livelihood is my business.
Skoro już tu jestem, mogę wam się na coś przydać.
Co 3 głowy to nie 2. Fakt. Możesz nam pomóc. Jako członek gildii z pewnością na co dzień obracasz się w szemranym towarzystwie. Otrzymaliśmy raporty wskazujące na to, że w okolicy ktoś rozprowadza bagienne ziele. Sęk w tym, że ci rybacy nie są zbyt gadatliwi, a ja nie chcę uciekać się do przemocy. Jeśli uda ci się wpaść na trop tego zielonego cholerstwa, koniecznie mi o tym powiedz, a dostaniesz nagrodę.
Okay. This sounds like rat out Yannick, lure guards to another location, or just fight them? Guards are looking for someone. Maybe if they found what they're looking for, they go away. I try to help them. I think I found a pack of swampweed, possibly in Yannick's hut. Not his hut, but there was a treasure chest behind the tower where the teleport circle is. So I don't think I want to rat Yannick out if I need him to take me somewhere. Whoops.
Zrób to, co
Do
ci
what I told
kazałem,
you, and I'll take
a
you where you
zabiorę cię.
want. Otherwise, we won't get along. So do I have a description of where I found that swampweed packet? It does not tell me where I found it, but it was definitely in a treasure chest behind the tower up yonder. So maybe the treasure chest would mark it as Yannick's chest, or maybe it was Roy's chest. Roy is in cahoots with Yannick, so probably wouldn't be wise to rat Roy out if this was his pack of swampweed. So it's Roy's chest. Let me just double check that there's like nothing new added here. Alright. So I guess Yannick and Roy might both be smuggling swamp weed. So let me not throw his accomplice under the bus just yet. I could try to provoke them and just murder them. That might be fun. What I really want to do is the dead body thing, but I'm gonna provoke them and then probably reload the save.
Nie wyglądasz mi na kogoś, kto by zrozumiał delikatną aluzję, że macie się stąd wynieść. Mam więc coś, co nawet taki idiota jak ty powinien zrozumieć.
Zwykły śmieć Zaraxo spróbuje mi grozić. Już ja ci pokażę.
Come at me, bro. Oh, are you guys even hitting me? Can you damage me with a crit? Yeah, there it is. Okay. I would like for you to stay close enough for me to hit you, please. Get back down.
Moja...
Get back down. I wish to loot your corpses. Another crappy imminent death. Another crappy imminent death.
Niczego tu nie znajdę.
Moja głowa...
Tylko poczekaj. Roderich i Lorenzo o wszystkim się dowiedzą. Będziesz miał kłopoty, chłopcze.
Randall jest w gorącej wodzie kąpany, ale ja nie lubię niepotrzebnych kłopotów. I dość już mam tej plaży. Zróbmy tak. Zapłać nam po 100 sztuk złota jako rekompensatę za doznane krzywdy, a my po prostu się zaszyjemy gdzieś w okolicy i napijemy zimnego piwka.
I mean, this feels like thematically appropriate for me as a guild mercenary to beat people up and then pay them to get out of the way. So I do kind of like the implication of this, but I want to actually just do the dead body thing. That sounds like it would be more fun. And who knows, maybe it'll end a similar way where I can lure them away from town and then beat them up anyway. I found a body not
W
far from
lesie,
here.
w pobliżu farmy Bermara, znalazłem ciało jednego z pracowników. Pomyślałem, że zainteresuje was ta informacja.
Ciało? Skoro znalazłeś je w lesie, to pewnie jakieś wilki dopadły tego nieszczęśnika. Takie rzeczy się zdarzają.
What if I tell you it was an orc? He's not gonna believe me.
Jestem pewien, że zabił go ork.
Jesteś pewny, że to nie był po prostu przerośnięty goblin? Wiesz co? Nie do końca wierzę w te twoje bajki. Ale jako przykładni strażnicy sprawdzimy te niezwykle niepokojące zeznania, które zdobyliśmy podczas naszego śledztwa. Gdzie to widziałeś, tego orka?
W jaskini na zachód od farmy Bermara.
Dobrze, ruszajmy.
Well, that worked. Guards are looking for yada yada. That's not a new entry. Oh, here it is. The guards, tempted by the illusory vision of a promotion for finding the orc, set out to find him. The beach is clear now. I can go back to Yannick. Okay.
Nie mogę zajmować się wszystkim i wszystkimi.
Got rid of the guards.
Udało mi się pozbyć strażników.
Naprawdę? I jak to zrobiłeś?
To nie było trudne. Strażnicy z reguły są łasi na złoto, a zwłaszcza na pochwały ze strony swoich przełożonych. Powinni zniknąć stąd na jakiś czas.
Jeśli mówisz prawdę, to nie pozostaje mi nic innego, jak ci podziękować. Zanim wypłyniemy, musisz wiedzieć, że miejsce, do którego cię zabiorę, nie będzie ci tak łatwo opuścić. A nawet jeśli by ci się udało, nie będziesz już tym samym człowiekiem.
Point of no
Co masz przez to
return?
na myśli?
To prawdziwy raj dla wszelkiej maści łotrów, którzy bez pytania poderżną ci gardło tylko dlatego, że nie przypodobała im się twoja buźka. Możesz mi wierzyć, kolego. Dzielnica portowa w Archolos to spacerek po łące pełnej kwiatów w porównaniu do tej speluny.
Great news!
Nie mam wyboru. Będę musiał sobie jakoś poradzić.
Jesteś gotów wyruszać?
So...
Zaczekaj tu chwilę, muszę się przygotować.
Tylko nie marudź za długo, bo
Yannick agreed to take me to the place where my brother's kidnapper had gone. He warned me, however, that it was a dangerous dive full of ruthless thugs. Once there, I might not be able to turn back. That really sounds like point of no return. There's no way this is like a real point of no return, though. I'm probably just gonna be stuck there for X amount of time until I complete whatever quest scenario it is. You know, it's like we must be going to another map somewhere. I mean, what would I've got 58 learning points I should probably spend on something before I go there. So maybe I should spend some of them on sword training. I always like to have a small supply of money and learning points available just in case I run into some situation where I'm like, okay, now I need to spend this, or here's a special opportunity that I can take advantage of this stuff. I guess I could pray to Adonos and spend 25 LP on protection. What does he give me, 5? That might be worth it. Also assuming that the gifts of the gods are a one-time thing, or they max out after you give the full value. I can't just keep infinitely exchanging 25 learning points for 5 learning or for 5 protection if that is the case. I wonder if Pablo would have new dialogue. What's new?
Co nowego?
Ludzie, dla których pracuję, to znaczy
No.
pracowałem, to banda głowę da...
Can't mention that I talked to Willem and ask about where he's taking me. Where the waters are shallow and the fish are thick. So one-handed weapons will cost me 15 learning points. So I am at that point where they now are more expensive. So it's probably worth it. I get progress with two-handed at the same time, which I might want to switch to in the future, so why not? One-handed weapons.
Nieźle ci idzie. Nieźle ci idzie.
So I spent 30 on that, and that gets me up to 70%, so that's an extra 10% chance for the crit damage. I could spend 25 learning points to pray to Adonos and get the extra protection. Then that would be using almost all of my learning points, and for all I know, this new location that I go to, there might be a situation where I would want to pay somebody to teach me something, so it's better to hold on to some learning points before I set out. But is there anything else that I would want to do? I guess I could learn pickpocketing, but gone this far without it and haven't really felt like I'm missing out on too much. Then again, I don't know what I'm missing when I haven't been really doing a lot of it. So let's deal. He does have a random apple I can buy. Yeah, I like my other belt better. My, what is it? Protection? It's just 10 to everything. Maybe I should do some more cooking and alchemy before I set out. That might... I don't know if there will be an alchemy lab anywhere. And there's no alchemy table in the frickin' guard quarters. So I don't have to warp back to Silbach, right? I think I could get to Archolos pretty quickly. And nobody's gonna be mad at me if I use this random stove, right? So prepare a meal. I don't have enough apples for that. In fact, I don't know really what I should be cooking here, because didn't I recently do a whole bunch of cooking and kind of figured I made as much as I could. Oh, this only uses one snapper weed. Okay, that's not so bad. But still, it's using vegetables and meat that I could use for other things, and it doesn't last as long. I mean, the mushroom stew is pretty good. Especially since I seem to be getting the benefits of the mushrooms. Make some more of that. And I'm well shy of the scavenger meats to make more shashlish. Guess I could make some beer bread. I haven't produced much of this, although again that's using the healing herbs, which I want to save for my potions, so never mind. If I go back to Archolos, I believe he is over this way. I can get to an alchemy table not too far away, make maybe a few more healing potions. Come to think of it, Figaro right here. Give you one. Figaro might have a table that I can use. Yes. So even better. So, restoration, healing potions, complete regen. I am running low on water bottles though. Need to buy some more of those. So this is one healing. This needs 2 healing roots. This one only needs 1. So really, the healing root is more efficiently used if I do it for this. But the reality of the situation is, you know, this is only better healing if I have less than 25% health. And how often am I going to be less than 25% health where increasing it by where restoring 75 will be, you know, not take me up close to full? Because if I'm at 10% health and then I heal to 85% health, that's going to be good enough for most situations. And this needs the healing herbs, which I have a decent amount of, and this only heals 20%, which is kind of lame. But I do have an excess of healing plants. Can I check my seeds? I mean, it's basically just free potions, right? I'm getting these ingredients out of nothing, so... I don't have any more dragon roots, right? No dragon root. I guess I could buy a few dragon roots. I can afford them. What do you have for sale? You only have one water bottle? That doesn't help me. I needed to buy, like, at least 10 of them. Maybe I do have to go to Hirschlick to buy some more pots. Maybe he'll have a dragon root. He's upstairs. Hey, Hirschlick.
Ej, ty.
Show me your goods. Are the plants mature? Show me your wares. So he... I don't see no dragon root. I could buy for an extreme amount of money these potions, but I don't want to spend that money on it right now. I guess I should buy these because I don't know the recipes. Sure. Yeah, why not? I'll just buy all the things. Recipe, elixir of strength enhancement. This guy's only got 3. This is going to be the severe limitation, is just not having enough water bottles to put my potions in. Like, this is kind of ridiculous. How does the alchemist not have ample supply of water bottles for me to buy? So, strong speed potion.
Rozumiem.
This will make it last 10 minutes, and it doubles the snapperweed requirement.
Rozumiem.
Snapperweed, mule myrrh, and eastern violet, so that would help for mainly like boss fights or really difficult encounters.
Rozumiem.
This is the temporary bonus that I don't need.
Rozumiem.
This is the temporary bonus. I'm not going to use any of these.
Rozumiem.
Kind of a waste of money to buy these.
Rozumiem.
At least I have the option now. Speed potion's the main one I would be making use of. So, if I go to the Herbalist sisters, Fadia and Rama, they could possibly have some more. Oh, this is just taking me to the gate. I don't want to go that way. There's a whole parade of citizens.
tego nie zrobił.
Nie ma szans.
Nie zasłużył na coś takiego.
Show me your goods. He's got 16. Alright, that's fine. So I'll buy them all. I'll probably be wanting them at some point. But otherwise, she doesn't have a great supply. I always forget what Rama has, if she sells anything at all. Keep thinking she was just a teacher.
Jak
Wybacz, ale
Yeah. And since I know Master Alchemy, she doesn't have anything to teach me. Is there anyone else in town who might have supplies?
Hej,
Hey, you show me your goods.
poka...
You don't got nothing? That's fine. That leaves Lokvar and not Hirsch, like Bodavin as the two guys I really want to double check on. Because they, I think, would have a possibility of Dragon Root. Actually, how many King Sorrels do I have? I only have 2 of those, right? Yeah, 1, so I would also have to buy extra King Sorrel if I'm buying more than 1 root. Suddenly the cost goes up. Hey, you! Show me your goods. So he does have a root, but I don't see no King Sorrel. And he does have the stone skin, which, you know, I kind of want, but not for 1,500. But I'll buy a dragon root. He's got plenty of water bottles. Okay. Actually, you know, let me go to Bodavin and just double check. He might have, like, some other recipes, the elixir or the permanent health bonus or something that I might want. And Zeke has nothing, right? Nothing that interests me. Nothing that interests me, because it's just like the really expensive stuff. He does have water bottles, but I have plenty of water bottles for right now. Whoa.
Jeśli on tego nie widzi, to przecież nie mogę mu pomagać wbrew jego woli.
Show me your goods. No sorrels and no roots. But he does have the permanent recipe for dexterity. This is the permanent recipe for health. Permanent recipe for what you call it, mana. Oh, this one's probably one I want. Let me buy that and that. Spend all my money. So, writings. Elixir of Life needs
Rozumiem.
a King's Sorrel, Healing Root, and Eastern Violet.
Rozumiem.
This also needs King's Sorrel. Right now, the King's Sorrel has become the limiting factor for my ability to craft these potions that I want. At a certain point, I don't know if it's going to be better to switch away from strength or something else. Like, are there more King's Sorrels than Dragon Roots? Or where am I going to reach a point where I won't be able to make any more of these roots or strength potions? So this would be nice, you know, defense is kind of cool. But theoretically, the best defense is a good offense. However, there are some situations where you just can't do enough defense, like when I was getting the 3 stone sentinel guardians in the swamp cave, the swamp temple. They're doing heavy magic damage, and I have no opportunity to block or dodge those attacks. Of course, magic protection of 1 is not really going to make a big difference, so I'll just make a potion of strength with what I have for now. What does this need? 2 roots. Here's the tricky thing, is just like the roots. These are becoming like really vital ingredient, because I need them for Elixir of Life, Pure Life, Max Health Potion, Defense Potion. Like, I need those roots for a lot of different things. So that's gonna be tough decision on when and how to use those. Let me consult how many healing potions I actually have. 27, 27, 9. This is the one that needs the roots, right? Go ahead and use that. Well, this uses 2 roots. Yeah, that's right, that's why. I don't like the ratios of these. Like, I have the most of these, but it does so little that I don't want to... I have the most healing plants, but it heals so little that I don't really want to be using water bottles on them. And then these ones, kind of what I want to make the most of, but then I'll be out of healing herbs, which I need for other things. And this one is like, you know, the best thing to use, but it uses 2 healing roots, so I can't make but so many of these, and I need to save my roots for other things, and this is technically like the best thing to spend it on because it gives the best healing for the most even distribution of resources. I'll make 5 of these. That's 1 full healing. I'll go ahead and make 5 more of these. And I'll probably be fine on healing for a while. I've got quite a few healing potions. I do have some cooked recipes. Not as many cooked recipes as I would like. But I got things I can eat. In fact, I do have a stove. Maybe I'll make some more digger meat tripe. He does not have a stove. Well, I gotta run back to town anyway, so there'll be a stove. I'll make some more digger meat tripe, assuming it doesn't need a very particular ingredient that I don't have much of. Aye, get out of rock. Get out of thing. Kind of distracted right now. I'm not always watching where I'm going. I don't suppose you have any new dialogue. It's been forever. How you doing?
Coś za jeden. Nie znam cię.
That's fine. There are no new notices, right? Better not be. Oh, don't do that. So now my map button does nothing because I don't have one of those maps. Writings. Bring up island map. Thank you. And now, when I bring up a map, I'll have that one instead of nothing. Here's a frying pan. What does digger meat tripe require? Parsley and digger meat. Sure. I use half of my digger meat, but that's fine. Oh, you're not the butcher. Remy.
Hey.
Is this guy buying a limited supply?
Pokaż.
He's got 8 hunks of scavenger meat, so that's not even enough to make... It's enough to make 2 shashlish, which is 200 health, which is not a lot when I have 600 hit points. I mean, I've like really reached a point where the healing from the fixed values of cooking recipes is just no longer worth it. Maybe I'll sell some more junk weapons, clear out my inventory to Thorsten while I'm here.
Hey.
Show me your goods. Please go over here. And then tab left. So what can I get rid of? I don't need to have 10 rusty swords. Definitely don't need to have 3 of these. Don't need a light axe. Don't need a rough sword. Don't need rusty axe. Don't really need this, but it's kind of semi-unique as being a wolf son thing, so I'll hold on to that. Don't need that. Don't need that. These things are unique, so I'm not gonna sell those yet. Bandit mace, don't need that. That's kind of unique, so I'll sell it. This one's kind of unique. That one's worth nothing. I'll sell that. This is again another one that sounds unique. Longsword, don't care. Lousy longsword, don't care. Missing cutlass, thought that might possibly be for a quest, but I don't know. Duty, don't know, don't care. Double-bladed axe, don't care. Knup's dagger, kind of special. Solid two-handed, that's, I think, my... Well, that's no longer my best, because I built a judgment. And so I will sell that, don't need that. Soldier's pike. Meh, it's dexterity, I'm not going to use that. Elena sword, kind of cool, but it's been outclassed at this point. The ruby blade looks cool as hell. Gygus, another dexterity weapon. Pretty cool, but not worth much, surprisingly. Edge, or the flash, is a dexterity weapon, also weirdly not worth much. And then all these things are dexterity, because of course they are. Eh. Yeah. This is kind of a fun reward and it looks cool, but I'm definitely not going to be using that anytime soon. So I'll hold on to the Rui blade. Just in case there is a situation where I need to... something is highly resistant to blunt damage and I need to use a sword. And the Gygus, again, weirdly not worth much in sale value, but it's a dexterity weapon, so I'm not going to use it. Flash, dexterity weapon, not going to use that. These ones are, you know, high value, relatively speaking, but I kind of want to hold on to these just for the sake of having reference for what they, what the damage ratios and ranges of these things are. Definitely don't need 3 of these. Don't need 2 of these. I'll sell the one that's worth something. And realistically, I'm not going to be using bows at any time, but if for some reason I were to switch, if I were to start getting a lot of dexterity near the end game, it might be nice to have the option to use some of those. I think that's about the extent of things that I would want to sell for now, so just clear out my inventory, get some money. Wonder if there's any new dialogue with Albin. Probably not.
Hey.
I don't believe I have any new recipes to be mash blatjebid.
Jak się mają sprawy?
Odkąd pomogłeś nam z kilkoma problemami, jest trochę lepiej. Gdyby jeszcze wszyscy twoi towarzysze byli tacy pomocni.
Don't care. I suppose there might be merit in going back to a few of these other established locations. See if there are more new events happening, sort of like what happened with Rita's Vineyard. Like there were new quests with her after a certain amount of time. So, like, maybe, I don't know, the charcoal burners or Knut or Valerio. Maybe they might have something new to do. Although with Knut, he seems to typically just... It seems like it's a high probability that he'll just have me saw wood for a meager amount of gold and some experience. Like, that might possibly be an ongoing, recurring quest that he just does all the time. I don't know how often he cycles in a new quest like what I had with the hunter guy whom I wanted to murder. So why don't I hire this guy to take me to Valerio's vineyard?
Winnicy Valerio.
Oczywiście.
Been quite a while since I've saved, so let me go ahead and save. Any sign of new quests here? How about you?
Hej.
Is there at least new dialogue?
Co słychać?
A, sprawdzam sobie, co się tutaj dzieje. Magazyn jest ważnym punktem każdego gospodarstwa. Tu trzymamy zbiory i narzędzia do pracy, zaś wieczorem można wystawić ławy i zasiąść z parobkami do wspólnej biesiady. A co tu się...
What if I go up to Holdvig? Wine's not going to be ready yet, right? Yep. But show me your goods. What does he have? He's got some scavenger meat I could buy, but I don't want to buy that. Oh no. It's a book series. Well, now I need to buy these. Liquid gold. Alright, prepare for reading. Six volumes. Give me a swig of water here. Okay. For some people, wine is an essential drink for peasants and lords alike. For others, it is an important part of the daily ritual. As Sinred, a longtime advisor of King Mandred, rightly observed, the role and importance of wine are changing as fast as the opinion of politicians. Famous for the distrust of strangers, people from Glenveer tend to drink a lot. Not without reason, they have adopted the adage, iron can be known through fire, man can be known through wine. Londramians, on the other hand, like to seal their meetings with wine. In time, wine brought the interest of medics and barber surgeons, for whom this drink became almost synonymous with medicine. The latter liked its analgesic properties so much that they assured their clients, after a cup of red, you will feel neither iron nor fire. Alchemists, on the other hand, repeat like a mantra, after a cup you will take away the pain from the body. After 2, you will soothe the soul. After 3, you will knock on the gates of Innos. They were the first to discover that consuming large amounts of wine can have a detrimental effect on human health. Sure. Volume 2. Although people began to be aware of the harmfulness of wine abuse, in no way did this knowledge affect wine consumption. When someone happened to overdo, an adage popular in the time of King Maximus was invoked. He who drinks wine sleeps well. He who sleeps well is free from sin. He who does not sin goes to the bosom of Innos. Phyllis, the Archmage of Fire from the monastery of the island of Eretros, I guess, took this sentence to heart. The priest discovered that this beverage, when properly prepared, has certain magical properties. True to his word, he was so engrossed in his research that he and his brothers locked the gates of the sanctuary for 7 full days, during which the High Council partied like a group of jesters. Shortly after these events, the Archmages of Vanguard recalled Phyllis, and wine arriving to monasteries began to be diluted with water. Despite that, abbeys continued to produce wine. It was not until Archmage Vitger issued an edict under which he ordered the priests to consume as much wine to have their strength to stand on their feet during the service. Liquid Gold, Volume 3. The author of First Power, Gaver, argues that wine is a gift from heaven, belittling the invaluable role of winemakers in the production of this drink. While this is undoubtedly a complicated process, I will present you with 4 key steps that will prove that the credit goes to man first and foremost. A skilled vintner must know when to pick and when to leave the fruit. If he picks them too early, they may turn out inedible and the taste of the wine will be tart. If he picks them too late, the taste will be too sweet and some grapes will simply rot. Pick 1 grape from each bush and taste it, and then you will know if it is the right time. After you have picked the grapes, place them in a tub where you mash them. Do this carefully and patiently, and the fruit will certainly thank you by releasing its juices. Then put the must in a vat covered with sheepskins for a few days to start the fermentation process. From time to time, push the skins and twigs up to the surface. Once you think your wine is starting to get strong and clear, pour it through strainers into oak barrels and seal tightly for 1 or 2 springs. After that time, you can pour the wine into more barrels and wait half of that time to achieve the desired taste, color, and texture. Volume 4. Although the production of wine is dependent on the skill and experience of winemakers, it is not uncommon for their efforts to fail and for the beverage prepared for months or years to rot. Many methods have been devised to deal with the acidity of wine. A popular way to preserve wine is to add sulfur to it. If stories are true, a merchant called Clement of Sendar came up with the idea and accidentally poured a stock of 20-year-old beverage into a barrel filled with sulfur. When he opened the lid many months later, he saw what he had done. He realized that the taste and texture remained the same. Another method favored by Myrtanian winemakers involves pouring a thick layer of oil or mole rat tallow on top of the aging wine. This method is also used for sealing bottles with wine, which necks are additionally protected with wax. Before pouring wine into barrels, many winemakers add honey, herbs, and spices to improve the taste. However, there are con artists who cleverly use this procedure to hide the nasty taste of cheap wine, which is often nothing more than a byproduct of the maceration process. Knowledge of making and preserving wine is often not enough to keep it from spoiling. Many merchants, however, have no qualms about selling bottles of stale wine. Valerio, the owner of a vineyard on Archolos, used to comment on this state of affairs with the words, "You won't believe how much of that shit they sell to people at the markets." Peter of Montilia believed that the process of winemaking starts not from harvesting, but from planting the bushes. He proved that volcanic soil has unique properties and that plants grow faster there than those planted anywhere else in the world. Although, like any exemplary Montilian, he practiced using a row system with supports for the bushes. He suggested leaning the vines against trees as an alternative method. This is because they are supposed to ensure the free and natural development of the plant. A Southern Islands winemaker, Karima, wrote in her diary valuable observations about the work in the vineyard itself. She believed that the stage of crushing the fruits should be preceded by washing the vessel with salted water. This treatment was proven to purify the wine, making it excellent for medicinal purposes. And finally, Volume 6, I think this is the last volume, plus 12 HP. If you ask a winemaker about the cradle of wine, you will hear stories about the picturesque hills and valleys of southern Myrtana. But if you tell him to point you to the beating heart of this drink, he will say it's Archolos. For many years, 2 local winemakers fought for supremacy in the Archolos wine market. The first of them, Valerio, has always produced strong, clean, and noble wines. The second one, Arizola, on the other hand, produced lighter drinks with a sweeter, fruity bouquet. In a constant pursuit for customers, both families duplicated or improved the ideas of the opponent, thus losing the essence of their own wines. These actions, however, contributed to the implementation of many revolutionary ways of wine production, and these in turn strengthened the wine market on the island. During one of the evening tastings at a local hostelry, the owners of both vineyards finally decided to bury the hatchet. After much negotiation and many emptied goblets of wine, they agreed that the island was big enough for both of them. How lovely. So I got, 12 extra hit points out of that, so that's nice. A lot of that information, though, was just kind of generic, this is what wine is, and this is how you make it. Some of it was framed in the context of a more medieval type setting. And then some of it was a little bit more canonical about, like, the Valerios and the Arizolas.
Jak sytuacja na winnicy?
Ja zajmę się finansami, a Holdwik uprawami. Dokładnie tak, jak życzył sobie tego nasz ojciec. Kto by pomyślał, że dopiero jakiś obcy nas pogodzi?
Hej, ty!
Are you?
Jak sytuacja na winnicy?
Duch naszego ojca może być teraz spokojny. A to wszystko dzięki tobie, przyjacielu. Naszą winnicę czeka nowa era dobrobytu.
Your father's spirit can be at peace because I lied about his will. And I think I determined that that silver plate cannot be picked up. So it would seem that there are no obvious quests here. Just a little bit of extra dialogue about the two brothers coming together, which I had previously not bothered to follow up on. There's this one vagrant guy who is by the road. I think I told him to go to come here to the vineyard and see if there was work that they could hire him for. He said he would, and then I haven't seen him since. So, not sure if he's just a random one-off encounter or what. Yeah, not seeing anything.
Hej,
So take me to the burners camp.
Oczywiście!
I would be surprised if these guys have any new quests. Gerd Helmut, how you doing?
Co słychać?
Nieczęsto się to u mnie zdarza, ale dam ci pewną radę. I to całkiem za darmo. Jeśli chcesz sprawdzić, czy wypalony przez ciebie kawałek węgla jest wysokiej jakości, wystarczy, że przyłożysz do niego ucho i lekko zastukasz. Gdy usłyszysz wyraźne dzwonienie, będzie to znaczyć, że sam Inos tchnął w niego swoją moc.
Brzmi całkiem wiarygodnie.
Nie kpij z bogów, chłopcze, bo nim się obejrzysz, bogowie zakpią z ciebie.
Pretty sure I've heard that already. How about you,
Hej,
Gerd?
ty!
How's work going?
Jak idzie praca?
Słyszysz to? Tak właśnie brzmi cisza i spokój. Odkąd pozbyłeś się zębaczy, moim jedynym wielkie dzięki.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all got nothing. How about you, Elias? You alright? Yep. So that's probably it for these guys. I'll take a quick nap here to pass an extra day to see if that affects anything with Knut.
Czego ty tam szukałeś?
And then that might be the last thing I would want to do before setting sail for wherever we're going. And again, it seems like it would be a new map altogether. But I hope it's not going to be a big one, because like I'm getting fatigued from 80 hours of this game already, and I'm like, where is the story? What's the point? What am I doing? Can we get on with something, please? And I don't want to have this huge map to explore. Please make it just something small, like a dungeon or a little island.
Potrzebujesz pomocy przy pracy?
Pomoc zawsze się przyda. Z tego co, tak jak wcześniej, potnij każdą... Gdy już to zrobisz, przynieś mi...
Alright. So once again, we'll double check. I got 210 wood for crafting. Still have 210 wood for crafting.
Hej! Proszę, to całe drewno, jakie udało mi się zebrać.
Uczciwa płaca za uczciwą pracę. Trzymaj.
40 items wood. I still got 210 of that. I really don't know what else the wood would be. Like, they're not putting wood in my inventory. They don't tell me that they put wood in my inventory. Really seems like his ongoing work is just that tiny bit of gold and tiny bit of experience for cutting wood. I'm curious as to why randomly I had that hunting quest with a guy that was much more elaborately fleshed out than just a simple, hey, cut some wood for me type of situation. Actually, you know what? There's that lift over there. The lift up to the wolf den. I don't think I've been across there yet. Let me go over there. I went up top to the actual wolf den, but I don't think I crossed this bridge to examine the lift. There should be some snappers to kill. Yeah. And a dragon snapper. Snapper weed, very appropriate. No goblin berries or dragon roots, though, are there? In fact, I could go for king sorrels, too. I need more sorrels. I'm all out of those. Oh, this guy got crushed by whatever this was. How long ago did this happen? That the body has been picked completely clean or has been fully decayed, that it's just a skeleton? You'd think that this lift would be used a lot more often than that. Here's a healing root. That's very nice. Alright. I suppose if I really wanted to be thorough, I could go to the east gate of the town and then go out into the mine area, pick up that strange pebble, and kill the golem.
Hey.
Hey, you take me to the city of Archolos. Bathhouse.
Miasta Archolos. Ależ oczywiście.
This is the gate. Oh, you know what I haven't explored is the sewer. I should go explore the sewer. You know what? I'm gonna do that before I cross into whatever As long as I'm being a thorough explorer and completionist, that's something I have definitely not done. So why don't I go in the sewer? I have a map for it, after all. Oh dear. So somewhere over here is the strange pebble. Now that I've picked this up, I believe I will trigger this golem, who has been awakened. And then it promptly gets killed. So there is an entrance to the sewer over here. Is there a safe way down to that ledge? Isn't there like a cave entrance that leads in from over here or something? Yeah, okay, it looks like I can get back up here through these steps. Okay. I think there's a load screen coming up. Okay, now I have previously had problems in here where for some reason the recording got all weird and choppy. The frame rate was just